Hey everybody, and welcome to another video here on the Merriam Piano's YouTube channel. My name is Stu Harrison, and today we're going to be talking about the Roland FP60X. If you took the FP30X and the FP90X and you put them in a blender, and this is essentially what you'd get. It's almost an even mix between the two in terms of features, in terms of price, in terms of musical performance, although I think it actually tips closer to the FP90X in terms of musical performance than the FP30. What we have here is a professional, all-in-one weighted 88-note digital piano. This is a portable unit that's designed to be easily transported for the purpose of professional use, but also just for personal use as well, because you can get the FP60X with a really nice furniture stand, get it set up in your home, and it kind of disguises itself as a really slick, permanent looking digital piano. So it kind of can straddle both worlds. It's got onboard speakers, it has hundreds of onboard sounds, it's got recording options, it's got lots of connectivity options, it's got a super solid keyboard that we're going to be talking about, and when you're using it along with the Roland Piano app, you've also got real-time auto-accompaniment. So there isn't much that you can't do on an FP60X that you would generally hope to be able to do on any digital piano, regardless of price point, without, of course, getting into things like workstations or live arrangers or anything like that. This is not my first time in front of the FP60X reviewing and doing some videos, so there are some others on the channel that you can go back and check out if you're really interested. But the reason I'm returning to this is I've been doing quite a bit of playing and gigging on the FP60X lately, and so I have a lot of kind of personal experience that I thought would be helpful to come back to this amazing community and share. So the FP60X uses the latest Roland chip architecture. They call it the BMC chip, or the Behavioural Modelling Chip. It's essentially a souped up CPU that the instrument's using that has allowed Roland to really ramp up the number of calculations that their supernatural piano model is able to do in any given moment. Just means they can make it more complex and thicker. The 60X is outputting 256 notes worth of polyphony, and that's sampling polyphony. There's no modeling on the 60X. You need to get up into the 90X if you want that tech. And it's loaded up with over 300 onboard sounds. Now you can access that both through the app, but you can also access it directly through the onboard interface. Now that's driving to two amplifiers, which are outputting a total of 26 watts worth of power. And those two speakers are upward facing speakers. There's no down facing speakers on the FP60X. And you're able to manipulate the sound you're getting out there through a couple of ways. One, you've got an onboard equalizer in real time, very, very handy to be able to manipulate that tone, and even just with, low, mid, and high, you can really sculpt the tone quite quickly, even on something like the piano sound. So you can see just by individually peaking up one of those EQ bands, you're really changing the character. So you get the same kind of manipulation no matter what patch you're using. That's obviously not just specific to piano. So you've got your onboard equalizer. You also, with some of the supernatural sounds, have the ability to get in there and make much more specific edits to the actual structure of the sound. And so people are going to use this most often with the acoustic piano, and you can access that through the piano designer, again through the app, but also through a really handy and easy to access menu setting. So you can just go function, piano designer, and there you go. You're able to play with your lid setting, your string resonance, damper resonance, key off resonance, single note tuning, single volume tuning, single note character. But then even just on your first level menu setting, lots of stuff. You've got your key touch, there's your hammer response, you've got microphone effects, because this does accommodate an external microphone. Of course, driving all of that technology is the keyboard itself, which is the PHA-4 Action. Now the PHA-4 is notable for several reasons. One, it's got escapement on it. You've also got triple sensor on here, which makes the 60X particularly accurate and great if you're going to use it for MIDI inputting. And it's weighted really nicely. If you get some weights and set it right on middle C, you're going to be right in that 52, 53 grams to get the key, at least in motion, down to about the point of escapement. And that's pretty well where you're going to find the majority of acoustic baby grands weighted out to as well. For people who haven't heard this instrument before, I'm going to do a little bit of playing, and we're going to alternate back and forth between line out, and we've got some microphones up here, so you can get a sense of what both types of output is. So that was the concert piano setting. Now we're going to flip over to the default Rhodes setting, and here is that sound. So that's kind of a sense of what the Rhodes can give you. So both sounds I would describe as being highly dynamic. Now, what do I mean when I say dynamic? Well, I'm talking about the fact that there's a really large range of variability in both the volume that I can control with my fingers as well as the tonality, the texture. So, and so we kind of tend to refer to that as the dynamicism of the instrument. So now let's get into two kind of sections of quick discussion. One is how this fits in between the FP30X and the FP90X. The FP30X has essentially the same brain as the FP60X does. The main difference here in terms of the electronics involved is that almost everything that you can do with the interface here physically with the FP60X, you can do with the FP30X with the use of the app. So essentially the cost savings is that all of this button and the circuitry that goes along with that has basically been delegated or relegated to the app, and you can access maybe like 20% of it from the FP30X. 60X, it's right up front here, very easy to use. You don't have to be digging through an app. So that's one of the big differences. Second is that you've got an upgrade in both the speaker quality and power and configuration. It also adds some additional connectivity options, such as the external microphone in, and you've got the My Stage, which is essentially a set of presets that get applied to the piano designer that make it easy to call up lots of different pre-customized settings for the acoustic piano. In addition to all of that, you've also got the equalizer, which the FP30X is missing, and the physical sliders to control your lower or upper, or if you've got two sounds that have been completely blended, you've got kind of tactile control over the mix here, whereas the FP30X, you need to sort of really know certain shortcut commands, or again, be using the app to quickly do that. Now, when it comes to the 60X, say, versus the 90X, well, the 90X has two big upgrades. You've got the action, so you move from this action, which is the PHA-4, also in the 30, you move up to an action called the PHA-50, which is a longer pivot length, longer key sticks, and it's also got wood sides to the key. And one could argue probably a slightly more durable construction if it's going to be in like heavy use situations. The other big upgrade on the 90X is that you get into the full modeling engine. And so this video isn't about the 90X. I'm not going to go off on that, but you can sort of look that up in other videos on our channel. Here's what I have found in gigging and playing the FP60X over the last little while. First of all, Roland has done a killer job of configuring, EQing, amplifying these speakers. There is like zero hiss at all, even when you've got the volume turned all the way up, like there's nothing. And the subtlety that these speakers are able to deliver while still being able to punch when you really needed to punch is pretty extraordinary. And so I have found that even in situations where there was an amplifier or even a wedge monitor, I have been using this with these upward-facing speakers kind of as either monitoring reinforcement or my actual monitor, even in noisy situations, because the quality, the tone coming out of these speakers and the fact that they have got them oriented in a way that's not like completely directly at my ear, but I'm getting like 80–90% of it, just creates a feeling of real connectedness with what's going on. And I even listen back to some of the gigs that have been recorded where I've been playing this versus, say, other digitals where I don't have that direct monitoring, or it's a more basic tone gen. And I just see myself and hear myself playing more sensitively because of that better monitoring. If you can afford the difference between the 30X and the 60X, I think the biggest difference you're going to notice is the speaker performance. And because of it, just how connected you feel to the instrument, how immersed you feel in the sound. In addition to the mic input, you've also got, as the camera can probably see, two stereo 1/4-inch outs, which is totally independent of the headphone jacks. The headphone jacks are actually on the front facing, and you've got both the 3.5mm, which is the smaller one, and the 1/4-inch stereo jacks facing out the front. So those two operate independent of one another. You've also got a really nice physical switch to turn on and off the speakers. You don't have to like be playing around with shortcuts with the keys. It's also got Bluetooth audio, which is great because when you start listening to your favorite music through these speakers, you realize just how well balanced they are. And you're going to enjoy playing along with some of your favorite tracks, or if you've got some audio through some sort of a practice subscription or program, this is awesome. It's also got Bluetooth MIDI connectivity. That's what allows you to have that wireless connection with the Roland Piano app, but also other apps on your mobile device that are MIDI enabled, such as GarageBand. So to wrap things up, to me, great products always need to clearly solve a clear problem or answer a clear question. And the question that this answers is, what's the instrument that's still highly portable, but it's going to give me the very best acoustic piano experience without the need for additional sound reinforcement? Because that's a pretty frequent thing that comes up. And within the Roland universe, I think the FP60X is the answer to that question. So thanks again for joining us for this fresh look at the FP60X. If you enjoyed what you saw, found it helpful, please consider subscribing and make sure to hit that notification bell so you see us come up in your feed when we put out new videos. My name is Stu Harrison. This has been Merriam Pianos on YouTube, and we'll see you again soon.